Hello and welcome to Somerset Highlander. Today we'll continue to look at the solar panel system fitted to my house and the power this system can produce and what savings you can expect. So this video is going to be a little bit of a dry topic because I need to look at numbers, I need to look at the output from solar panels, etc. So apologies if it's a bit boring. But hopefully for those of you that are looking at solar, this will give you a little bit more insight and confidence in whether you should go ahead with solar panels and solar system. It goes without saying that every system is different and you have to rely on the people who are going to install your system to do the correct surveys to make sure that you have a relatively accurate understanding of what you can expect to get back from the system. It's a nice sunny day today, and as you'll see in the video, I've deliberately done it when actually I was doing a bit of washing and tumble drying, just to show you the output going to the house, but also how the device, the Tesla system, works out where to put the energy. So this first image we have is of the design that was given to me for the property when they were planning to put the solar panels in. You can see there are 20 panels. There's 8 on the garage to the right, and then we have 6 on the south facing and 6 on the east facing. They're actually southwest and southeast facing roof of the townhouse. A few details we decided to go for. Basically it's a 420 to 440 watt solar panel, so it's a good sort of solar panel without being the most expensive, but it should give a decent return. This next graph shows the estimate of yield from the sun in my area, and we will come back to this later on to analyse how closely the performance is matching the estimate. This next image is taken from my Tesla app on my phone, and this is the image you'll see when you're running the Tesla battery in conjunction with the solar. On this screen you have 4 readings that are important. The first one towards the top is the solar reading, which is the moment that I took the image was 6.2 kilowatts. That's the actual amount of solar that's been produced from the system at that particular moment in time. To the right, you've got the 2.8 kilowatts. That's how much the house is drawing or using at that particular moment in time. If we then go back to the original screen and then start looking towards the bottom, you have on the left the Powerwall battery, and in this case it's showing that there's still 80% of the storage left for today, and on the right we have how much energy is being placed into the grid, and at this moment in time is 6.3 kilowatts. So essentially what the Tesla Gateway has decided is it's more economical at this particular moment in time to place the energy from the solar panels straight into the grid. And you can see this on the system with the green line indicating where the power is going to. So some of it is going straight to the grid, and then some of it will be going to the home. The app has a lot more information to show. As an example, I pulled this image off, which will show you how much energy has been drawn in the day from the solar panels, and it shows from about 6 a.m. to about 12 noon when I took the image, and it's quite a useful sort of indicator of where your strongest solar time is if you are looking to try and coincide it with use of electrical items. So this next screen is showing you the estimated savings that I've made with the solar this year, and it's doing that by working out consumption from the grid, consumption from the Powerwall battery, and obviously charging on the low rate of energy. And at the moment it's estimating £476 in early May. The one thing that hasn't been calculated within this is any savings that you would make if you have an electric car that you're charging on the low rate overnight or using solar in the day, and that isn't being looked at within this particular video. This next image is taken from the SolarEdge app, and the SolarEdge is there when it's converting DC to AC current, and it has its own app and it's got some nice functions on it, which I thought I'd quickly take you through as well. So the front screen, it just gives you an overall how much power is being produced at that moment, and if it's going to the grid, if it's going to the home. But it also gives a very nice summary of the amount that you've generated from this month, this year, or in this case, the lifetime as well. If you then scroll down, you come to this really good sort of overview. In this case, I've chosen day rather than week, month, or year, but you have that option. So what you're looking at here is on the left, the production that you've created, and on the right, the consumption. So for this particular day, I created 16.7 kilowatts, which I sent to the grid, and 0.95 kilowatts were used in the house. On the other side, you have the consumption. Now you have 0.95 was sent to the house from solar, and you're going to see quite a large number, 7.72 kilowatts was consumption in the house. But the next screen you're going to see is the actual time of day that consumption from the grid happened, and as you'll see here, it happened basically between 11:30 at night and 5:30 in the morning, which is the time that is the cheap rate. And at that point, that's where we were charging the Powerwall 2 battery for cheap rate to then slowly over the day use it where and when it's needed. The Solar Edge does have a lot more functionality than I'm showing you here. This is just a quick whistle stop tour. However, the last two sort of areas I want to show you. The first one here is a good overview of production. In blue on the bar graph, it's 2023's consumption. Green is 2024 year to date. And then we have the CO2 emissions saved and the equivalent trees planted. And then the final page will show you the individual solar panels and how much energy they're producing. This is quite useful if you're worried about a solar panel not working, then it will obviously show up on this page. You're obviously looking at the garage here, but I can also look at the other solar panels on the rest of the house. So, do I think it was worth it? Well, obviously this is still early days, but I can draw a couple of conclusions from looking at the numbers and seeing how things are working. In terms of production, it was estimated at the start for the year from January to April would be about 2.2 megawatt produced. In actual fact, it's about 2.1 we have produced, but I think a lot of that is down to the fact that we had a terrible April in terms of weather. It was just raining constantly, really, really badly. And interestingly, January, February, March, we were ahead of the curve in terms of producing solar. It's just that the April number was significantly down from where it should have been, and that has offset it. But we're only talking 0.1 of a megawatt difference over 4 months. So I think I have to say overall I'm happy with the estimate versus actual, but we'll continue to monitor it. But then we have the other question around, peace of mind, trying to take control of the energy costs. The benefits just outwith the actual production, and I have to say it gives me that peace of mind, and I feel quite comfortable that I will get my money back on this system probably in about 5 years' time. Now, obviously, one of the reasons I'll be able to do that is because I also have an electric car, which can speed up the actual returns I would expect to get. But overall, I'm very happy with how it's going. And, so far, so good.